What is good, YouTube? So, man, look. All right, hold on. Let me get out of here. So, today is a new week, almost. Um, and I know I've been going through a lot of confusion and trying to figure out everything and how I'm gonna go about everything. So, there's been some more big changes that I'm getting ready to pursuing, and not just jobs, because that's not a I'm not getting a 9 to 5 right now. I'm stable, but there's some things that are gonna be really quickly making me a lot of money, um, and not super quick, but I'm talking end of year, you know, and then I have something big planned for the end of the year if I can really lock in and do what I'm supposed to. So I'm gonna go to this Google Doc and show y'all what I made because we are no longer worried about numbers. What I am not worried about, but what I want to do is pretty much just have a plan on how I can scale in trading after I receive payouts. So we're not worried about what's it called, right? We're not worried about the numbers. We're worried about the consistency. So we have one account, and I want to be able to buy two sets of 50Ks. So in order for that to happen, we would need to at least just have $800 in the account for to be able to withdraw half, which is honestly not gonna take very long. Could be 1 to 2 weeks, um, preferably more than that, just in case, because I don't want to buy the 50Ks and then like only be able to do one, blow the one account, and then yada yada. So I want to be able to at least have 400 to buy multiple. And the trading, this one account is the only thing I will be using for trading. Like I'm not using any else. I'm not using my money anymore. I'm using the house's money for trading. So this will be my main tool to make me money for trading, just to reinvest. And then once I have a set of 50Ks passed, I'll activate them. And then what we'll do from there is then we'll go here. So this is what we'll do. We'll put one step one, step two, step three. Oopsie daisy. Step four. And I made a video last night that I was gonna post about, my strategy. It's not a bad strategy, but it's just like a retail strategy. Like it's simple, which isn't bad. You want to make trading as simple as possible, but markets are really like, I feel like the breakout strategy is really dependent on market conditions. And the past couple of months, we've won more than we've lost. Now, my psychology kind of messed me up, but um, I want to make sure that I'm the most consistent. So I'm not worried. Like I told you, I'm not really worried about the money anymore. But um, after we get a whole um, full set of 50Ks, then we will, um, what's it called? Try to use the money from those 50Ks to buy 150Ks. And I have the 150Ks already, but we would have to reset them. Um, so we do have quote unquote money goals, but they're not really goals. They're just how much I would want to have to be able to um, what's it called? Be able to buy them again, if that makes sense. So we'll put like, okay, for step one, we need $800. Or my bad, 400. Because each what's it called set would be 212. So we need like four. Let's just put 430, which isn't hard to get. Step two, mind you, these aren't I want to hit this. This is what I would need in order from this account, which is 1 day worth of trading. But this is what we would need to be able to, try to go to step two. Because we would need 430. We would need to withdraw 430, so we would need to make around 860. But it's not difficult when you're consistent. Step two, achieve a payout, then use the money from the 50K. So we'll move to step three. Dang it, I can't type. Step three, 150K. So each 150K that you buy is $158. So 158 times 5. Alexa, 158 times 5.
158 times 5 is 790.
So 790 is what we would need. Let me see. Hello. 790. And here's the thing. And so, Alexa, 790 times 2.
790 times 2 is 1,580.
Oh, that's not bad at all. What? All right, this is going to be easier. Well, not easier than I thought. It's just going to take time. But step two. So this is really going to be the first month. Step one. And then step three is probably going to be October. Like, okay, let's say step one will take us all of September, which is, it's probably not, but achieve a payout. And then September. So I don't want to put a time limit, but I feel like at least putting, a goal in mind. Because this is not, as you see, these numbers aren't, let me hit 50K by the end of the year. No, this is genuine slow scaling. September equals $1,000. That's it. Or if we want to get technical, I just need to make 860. So 860. Then we'll say this for October. Because what I'm trying to do, I'm going to have to put money to the side. But hopefully, we'll be able to do it. So October is 1,500. And then I mean, as soon as, like I said, we're in it as soon as we get to 150Ks because that's max allocations. And I'm gonna, like I said, these are numbers that are realistic. This isn't what's it called. So, mind you, I would be risking 500. Mind you, in the combine phase, I'm only gonna try to get 2 day passes, and one of those is gonna work, which is why I want enough money to buy two, if that makes sense. Um. Oh, so then that means that's one set. So we would need 1,500 here, which means here we would need 3K. Okay. So still a little bit more, but eh, once we get the 50Ks, we'll be fine. So look, with the 50Ks, I'm risking 200 to make 400, right? So we make 400 a day, 4 times a week. That's 1,600 a month times 5 accounts. That's 8 grand across 5 accounts a month. Divided by losses, say we had a 50% win rate, it's 4,000 a month. Wait, $400 a day times 4, that's a week, times 4, so 6,000 a month divided by, that's if we won every day, divided by 2, that 3,200 a month, then divide that by half, 1,000, or divide that by 2 because that's how much we'd be able to withdraw. 1,600 times 5 accounts, I would be able to pull out 8 grand, 8 grand in September or October, hypothetically. Um, and I'm looking throughout everything I've kind of discussed to you on the business plan. My goal for these next couple of months is to hit 10K each month. And this is with all my jobs. So if I can get to the point where I'm making 10K a month with trading, I'm not going to need, yeah, I'm not going to need to do all this other stuff. But I'm going to want to keep it just in case, we have slower months in trading because we do have those. As you can see, the past 2 weeks have actually been really slow compared to the rest of them. And then also, dude, I'm not gonna put out names, but I had a conversation with an older gentleman, and he was like, "Caziah, trading is never gonna work for you. Da 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 da. All you're doing is gambling." Just the normal person who doesn't take time to learn. He was like, "I already learned it. I know you get there, market open, breakouts, all of this." He knew it, bro. Like he's done it before, but I don't think he took the time to really put in the system because I think he was just, he just looked at the first thing that popped up and then just went for it for a couple of days, weeks. He said he made a couple grand, but ultimately he lost more than he gained. And that's where I'm at right now too. But the difference between me and him is I'm going to be taking my time and I'm not in debt. Like, I don't know how to explain it. I have it. I've lost money, but I'm not in debt for me losing that money, if that makes sense. So that's the plan for trading. But everything else, I need to at least make me 7K for the rest of the year, a month. So I'm really gonna be, and this is on top of basketball, like basketball practices and stuff. So I have to really put my head down and grind these next couple of months. But I believe I can do it. So, all the people who say I can't do it in trading or the people who don't believe, bro, it's just, I'm finna prove them wrong, bro. And I think with everything else I got going on now, it's gonna be that it's gonna not be 10 times easier, but it's gonna be easier to make money with trading. Oh my gosh, my head itches from me doing this with the other jobs. And that's why I said, you know, we we make double what we have to in trading so that we have breathing room to, reset accounts and do it again. Because once we're in the account, I'm not saying we don't have a chance to blow it, but we risk proper and do what we've been doing, then, you know, those numbers that I showed you, like the 8K off of the 50Ks, that's realistic. That's not that's not me, stretching it. Like that's $4,000 a month, 3,200, and then we can only withdraw half of that. So, which is $1,600, $1,500 across 5 accounts. That's $8,000 a month just from trading. So, I'm not saying like, you know, next year is going to be, or not next year, but next summer is going to be the golden. Dang, next month is going to be the golden month. But as you see from the past, what's it called? I've been improving every month. Now, have I made any money yet? No. But I've been improving mentally every single month. And I actually, what I like is when I first started this account, not this one. When I first started my TikTok account is when I first started trading. My first ever trading video, and then I'm finna be done, was this one. And the crazy thing is, bro, at one point, I just wasn't ready. I passed all 150K funded sometime March or April. But this was my first ever trading video. This was February the 8th. Mind you, I started trading a month before then. And I thought I was him. And I remember posting this video like it was yesterday. I want to make 2K. Are you crazy? In 17 minutes? New shoes? What? Car? Excuse me? Well, we're going to do it together. So, if you want to come along, follow me. That was the first ever video I ever made. And we've came a long way. We really have. So, next couple of months is going to be very crucial, and really have to just put my head down and grind while doing basketball, and we going to get there. So, this is Sundays, like, what am I going to title this? Just weekly prep, man. This is a weekly prep video. And if I don't know, like I said, I don't want this YouTube account to, get much attraction. But if it does, it does. So weekly prep, man. We're getting ready to do some big things. And be stable and consistent. So I'll see y'all tomorrow for Monday. And yeah, man. Life's good. Life's great. Peace.